yourself to the court?
Yes, I'm Dr. Avery Smith.
Dr. Smith, why are you here today?
I'm here because I'm the person who performed the blood alcohol concentration test on Mr. Dawson on September 25th, 2010.
Now, before we get to those tests, let's find out why you're qualified to be here today. Where did you go to school?
Well, I received my undergraduate from Gonzaga University in biochemistry. And then I decided to go into biostatistics, and so I received my master's and my PhD in biostatistics from Washington University.
And what do you do now?
Now I am the Director of Toxicology and Forensics here in Midlands. I'm a breath test specialist, and I'm chairman of the board for the Midlands Department of Testing for Drug and Alcohol Influence.
Now, let's talk about those breath tests that you just talked about. What type of facts or data do you usually need before performing one of those?
To perform a breath to blood test, you need a machine that can convert breath alcohol to blood alcohol, and then you need a breath sample.
And did you have both of those in this case today?
I did. In this case, I used a machine called the Intoxilizer 8000, and then Mr. Dawson willingly provided a breath sample.
Now, when you're performing one of these breath tests, can you tell us what type of methods and procedures you usually use while performing one?
I have to do three things. First of all, I have to check the mouthpiece of the machine to make sure there's no excess moisture, anything that could affect the temperature of the breath sample. I have to make sure there's no excess saliva, anything that might compromise the results of my test.
Now, you said that there were three things. Can you tell us the second one?
The second thing I have to do is I have to calibrate my machine. I have to make sure that it's correctly detecting the amount of alcohol in breath. So I have a solution that it simulates human breath that would have a blood alcohol concentration of 0.08. I run the simulator solution through my machine. If the machine correctly identifies the breath sample as being 0.08, I know my machine's working correctly, and I can proceed with the test.
And just to be clear, on the night of the test that you performed on Danny Dawson, that simulator solution was working properly?
Yes, I actually was in the office, so like I said, I've been calibrating my machines. It was towards the end of the month, so I wanted to get that finished.
And let's talk about that last method or procedure. What is that?
Finally, I have to go through a checklist, just make sure that I followed all the steps correctly. I speak with the subject of my test for a few minutes, and then I perform the test.
Now, doctor, did you reliably apply these methods and procedures to the facts and data that you had in this case?
Yes, I followed all those steps on Mr. Dawson's test.
And did you reach your conclusions to a reliable degree of scientific certainty?
Yes, I did.
Now, why was Danny Dawson brought to your station in the first place?
He was involved in a single car accident in which he was the driver. He was subsequently submitted to 3 field sobriety tests, all 3 of which he failed. So the officer needed to bring him to the station so I could perform a breath to alcohol test.
And you were the one to perform this test on him, correct?
Yes, I was.
After Danny Dawson took this test, what were his results?
Danny Dawson had a blood alcohol concentration of 0.19.
Now, doctor, what is the legal limit here in Midlands?
The legal limit in our state is 0.08. Mr. Dawson's blood alcohol concentration was twice that.
Absolutely.